Washington State Governor Jay Inslee told The Atlantic he's, quote, got a whole other story to tell, pointing to his record as a governor and former congressperson. Joining us now, Democratic presidential contender, Washington Governor Jay Inslee. Governor, let's start on the issue of immigration. We just learned that the acting CBP commissioner is resigning. What's your reaction to all this?
My reaction is we need to follow what we're doing in Washington, which is to continue to confront the inhumane, incompetent, reckless behavior of the President of the United States. I've been fighting him on immigration from day one. I'm proud to have been the first governor to stand up against the Muslim ban. We've now sued him and won 22 times in a row, in part on his callous indifference to the suffering of young children, in part because of our excellent Attorney General Bob Ferguson. And now we have to get another president so that we can deal with the humane issues on the border, so we can adopt comprehensive immigration reform, and so we can give a path to citizenship for our dreamers. That's what we need, and I'm ready for that job.
All right, so day one, if you're president, how do you deal with the actual situation in which there continues to be an influx of migrants at the southern borders? And then beyond day one, what would you actually do to fix the immigration system?
Well, the first thing we have to do is remove a person who has looked at this through a lens not of helping solve the problem, not of helping follow the law, not of doing your job as the American government, but instead has used it as a political cudgel. Look,
I hear you, but I guess my question is, what happens if you win? What will you do then? Once you've removed Donald Trump, there will continue to be an issue on the southern border. What will you do about it?
We will follow the law, which is to allow people to have asylum requests. We will provide humane treatment for them and not separate children from their parents, which is both inhumane and, I believe, illegal. We will also importantly confront the causes of this immigration, one of which is we have climate refugees now because the climate crisis is making Central America uninhabitable for large parts of people. And Donald Trump keeps calling this a climate hoax. We have climate refugees, and we have to help give a chance for those people to stay in their ancestral homeland. Those are three things we can do, and I'm up to that task.
Let's talk Iran for a moment. A senior Iranian official says the new sanctions put upon Iran by the president are cause for permanent closure of diplomacy. What is your take? Because others have said these sanctions are just the president saving face. They don't actually do that much.
Well, Iran is another example of a person who doesn't believe in alliances, doesn't follow our treaty obligations, and goes off half-cocked. Look, the source of tension with Iran is the cause of Donald Trump's tearing up the valid, enforceable agreement that the international community had confirmed that Iran was following, not creating a nuclear state in Iran. And for reasons of his own base, he decided to just tear up a perfectly good agreement. This is the source of this tension. And he continues to fan the flames. And as a person who fought against the Iraq War, I do not want to see that movie again. The same people who gave us the Iraq War in his cabinet, we need to keep the pressure on to prevent Iran from being a nuclear state and having a treaty to do that. And we have one. We need to go back to international alliances and lead the world.
So, Governor, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night because you are going to be standing on the stage with Senator Elizabeth Warren, who has had a strong showing in the polls, which seems to be directly tied to her many detailed policy rollouts, including on your cornerstone issue, climate change. You're a guy who likes to dig into policy, particularly on climate change. How do you plan to stand out vis-a-vis the highest polling person on the stage tomorrow, who's going to be Elizabeth Warren?
Well, look, I think my opponents have a lot of grand plans, but I actually have accomplishments. Look at teacher pay. I have actually won the highest teacher pay increases in the United States. Some people think we need a higher minimum wage. Look, I've supported and accomplished the highest minimum wage in the United States. People have ideas about health care, and ideas are great, but I'm the only person who has actually created the first public health option in the United States. So there are going to be a lot of great ideas, and there's a lot of talent on that stage, but I will be able to show we have created the best economy in the United States through implementation of the most progressive policies in the United States, and that is my state. So I believe my state is a template for success and a model for economic growth and an antidote to the trickle-down nonsense of Donald Trump. We need to replace his chaos in D.C. with our progressive politics of Washington State, and then we'll be talking about my effort to defeat climate crisis as well. So I look forward to this. Should be a good night.
Quickly, your strategy, is your focus tomorrow night to beat your opponents who are on stage or to show America that you could beat Donald Trump?
All of us need to be united, and we will be, and that is our first priority, to unite behind whoever our nominee is.
But hold on, Governor, you can't possibly be united. You're up there competing against 9 other people, and then the 10 that go the next night, you also want to defeat them.
Look, I played basketball for many years, and during practice, you try to beat the other guy in one-on-one. But when it's game time, you unite. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to show a record of success that is unparalleled. I'm going to show a climate crisis plan that will put 8 million people to work, that has been called the gold standard of clean energy for good reason. And I believe Americans, if they want to defeat the climate crisis, if they would like to have a trusted hand at the wheel who's got the NRA in the run, who's actually passed the first public option, who's got teachers the biggest pay increase, I hope they give me a luck. I feel good about that.
Hey, MSNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there and click on any of the videos here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more MSNBC for free every day with our newsletters. Just visit msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up now.